Chief of Army Staff Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir is on a 5-day official visit to the United States aimed at reinforcing Pakistan-US military and strategic ties. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR), Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir arrived in Washington on Sunday and has been engaging with the Pakistani diaspora, lauding their contributions to the economy and global image through remittances, investments, and achievements. He emphasized the need for continued collaboration with overseas communities and reportedly spent time at the U.S. Central Command headquarters in Florida, though not officially attending the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary celebrations. His visit includes meetings with senior U.S. officials, including the Secretaries of Defense and State. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb confirmed Pakistan and the U.S. are moving forward on reciprocal tariffs through constructive engagement.
ACDs and CDs and regulatory duties, bringing the wall of protection down. But having said that, इसमें कोई ना कोई industry तो मुतासर होगी. I mean, industries which have lived off the protection for the longest time. It'll take a little doing to, and इसमें हमारा मकसद ये होना चाहिए कि हम इनको help करें in terms of transition. तो उसमें Prime Minister साहब ने एक permanent committee बनाई है, where all the relevant ministers are there, the relevant secretaries are there, the private sector people are there, so that we can help with the transition as we move forward in this 5-year tariff reduction journey. तो इसी तरह ये जो आपका ये workshop है आज की, in terms of seeing how we manage this transition, I think is going to be extremely important. And just looking at the participants that you mentioned, I do think you have the right stakeholders here, and I look forward to जो भी आपकी observations होंगी और जो recommendations होंगी in terms of where we can help, whether it's from the Ministry of Finance or from on the revenue side, to help this transition, because ultimately I do think it's the right thing to do, and it's a win-win situation both for the government and certainly all our colleagues who are going to be on this scheme as we go forward.
Speaking in Islamabad, Aurangzeb highlighted progress in discussions with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, aiming to finalize a trade deal soon. Pakistan currently faces a potential 29% tariff on exports to the U.S. due to a $3 billion trade surplus. The finance minister reiterated Pakistan's commitment to reforms in taxation, energy, and tariffs, adding that technical-level discussions are planned to continue. On pensions, he underscored the defined contribution scheme's benefits, with increased pensions and proposed taxes targeting high-income retirees. 2 planned visits to the U.S., one by Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar and another by a trade delegation, have been postponed due to the escalating conflict in the Middle East, according to official sources.
The first one dealing with the geopolitical tension and the regional developments. So we had a very detailed meeting. I'm not going to go into the politics of it and the implications around foreign policy, because those are being handled well and in good hands. But certainly the implications or possible implications for our country on the economic side. So we had very detailed discussion yesterday morning with all the stakeholders in terms of scenario planning and what we need to do to ensure that we have enough stocks, we have a good view on the pricing across asset classes, and we are well prepared for any eventuality. So I just want to again assure everyone that we are in good place, because hope is not a strategy, and therefore you have to plan for every possible eventuality. And as it was mentioned yesterday, Alhamdulillah, we are in a good place with respect to the actions we might need to take in case things go towards further escalation. I hope they don't. The second part has to do with our ongoing discussions and negotiations on US tariffs. Late last night, I had a very constructive and positive call with U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick, and again, I think both countries have come to moving towards the right direction in terms of ensuring that Pakistan is in a good place on a competitive basis when it comes to U.S. tariffs, and more importantly, we continue to move forward in terms of the strategic partnership between Pakistan and the U.S. Now, back to the topic at hand. I started my budget speech that we are going to stay the course in terms of structural reforms. वो structural reforms में taxation है, energy, SOEs, and then we have also this time around done a very, very fundamental reform, which is around tariffs and how we want to move the country towards a more competitive economy, and how we are going to bring down the wall of protection so that our industry moves forward and our export industry moves forward.
On the infrastructure front, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif directed authorities to link the Reko Diq copper and gold project in Balochistan to the national railway network by 2028. This comes as Saudi Arabia's Munir Minerals prepares to acquire up to a 20% stake in the project, valued between $500 million and $1 billion. The PM emphasized Pakistan Railway's strategic importance, highlighting its role in boosting Balochistan's mineral sector and creating employment through enhanced cargo and transport connectivity. An interministerial committee will oversee financing for these railway